meet Sam's family. This is Sam, her baby daughter Melissa, sister Chrissy, her mum Geraldine, and Sam's 4.5-year-old son Mickey, who has autism.
Hi, I'm Nikki.
I'm Sam, pleased to
Hi,
meet you.
nice to meet you, Sam.
This is my mum Geraldine.
Oh, hi, nice to meet you, Geraldine.
And my sister Chrissy.
Hi, Chrissy, nice to meet you. And who's this little
And
one?
that's my little girl Melissa.
Great.
And Mickey, he's just through here in my bedroom.
Hi. Good boy. Playing on the computer. Good stuff. Wow.
Okay, so this was Andrew took of Mickey a few weeks ago, and this is the kind of tantrums that Sam is dealing with.
He becomes very distressed. You can see how upsetting that is for him and very difficult, and then obviously very difficult for his family members to deal with as well.
Lots of kicking and hitting. Mm-hmm. So is this something you see typically in children with autism?
Very much so, very typical behaviour, and maybe other behaviours that the children exhibit as well. But we can definitely help deal with those behaviours by actually looking at what the cause of the behaviour is and then helping the family and whoever else is involved with the child in putting in a behaviour intervention plan in order to deal with those behaviours. So we can definitely help with these.
Okay, and I mean, what she's doing now, that's not good practice, is it? No, 'cause she's...
Well, here, obviously you can see that he's getting a lot of attention for his behaviour, and he's playing chase, he's just following them in order to hit them. So it's really important that we work on giving them strategies so that they can remove their attention without directly ignoring him, but just ignoring the behaviour, because there's a key difference between ignoring the child and ignoring the behaviour, and that's a really important skill to learn.
Is a lot of children with autism having tantrums like this, and worse, I remember with my son. Mm-hmm. Is this a frustration thing because they can't communicate?
Absolutely. Often their behaviours are because they have no other way of communicating, and it's their method of communication. So by teaching them appropriate ways to communicate, so that might not be language if your child is non-verbal, but definitely ways of communicating, whether it be through PECs, sign, speech, communication devices. Teaching them replacement behaviours will help to deal with the frequency of these behaviours.
And also, Jonathan, who the nutritionist is looking after Mickey, had a look at that and said, he looks like he has a lot of allergies, he's got a red face.
Very puffy.
So it could be a mixture of not being 100% well in the health, along with typical autism.
Traits.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So between you and him, we should be able to sort it out.
Yeah,
brilliant.
I think
so. Thank you.
Okay, Sam. So one of the important things I know for you is language and getting Mickey to speak more. So something that we can work on straight away, now I know this will change when your diet comes in, but is making him make requests. So in the world of ABA, we call that manding. Now that's just jargon terminology for saying, getting him to ask for things that he wants. So the way we can do that is he already indicates that he wants juice by opening the fridge.
Yeah.
And pointing at what he wants, which is a lovely first step of communication. It shows that he's got great potential to speak. He just needs to know what to say, how to say it, and when to say it. And you can teach him that by filling up his juice, holding it out to him, and being able to say to him, say, juice. And then whatever he comes out with, so I know I've really heard him today say, juice, which is fantastic. So you're like, good talking, and he gets given it. If he tantrums, and if he gets cross and upset, then you just need to keep going. You need to be really strong. I know it's really hard to see him upset because you feel that you're being mean, but actually what you're doing is you're teaching him to communicate.
Yeah.
And you're teaching him that instead of getting upset and cross, he can use his words, and he can try and talk, and he can get his juice. Say, juice. Good boy, good talking. Good boy, Vicky. That was so easy for him. That actually, if you always make sure that you give him that language, what he'll start doing is instead of opening the fridge and pointing, he'll just say juice, which is fantastic. And that was a lovely approximation. So I know it was a juice, but actually that's brilliant. That can be really understood by all of your family members.
Yeah.
When he uses that sound, he's asking for juice. Now what you'll teach him is actually, by encouraging him to use more and more of his speech, he'll become more familiar with what his sounds are, and he'll actually be able to hear himself better. And then we'll obviously make a better approximation of the word juice. So So you just need to be encouraging that at all opportunities. Never give it to him unless he uses his words. He is capable of using his words. That was easy for him to use his words. Therefore, that's what you want to encourage him to do. Okay, so other ways to elicit speech is you can set up different activities that he enjoys. So, for example, his Teletubbies puzzle and his teddy bear matching and counting puzzles. Lovely that he enjoys those things. If he's really enjoying putting them together, then you can maybe prompt him to say teddies or piece or puzzle or any words that are appropriate for the activity you're doing, and he can then put them in together.
Yeah, he'll just sit there and join them.
Lovely.
He'll look for the numbers because he knows his numbers.
That's fantastic. And even when you don't understand his speech, it's really important that because he is verbalising something, you just say to him, good talking, oh, great, and just engage with him in that respect, because then he starts to realise the sounds he's making are important, and he's being heard, and his voice is important. So we just want to encourage all sounds he makes. Even if he's not saying anything that doesn't particularly make much sense, that's fine. We just want to be reinforcing him. So like you say, he likes all the social praise, the old tickle, just the smile, just the giggle, some kind of engagement from you as his family members will be really valuable to him in promoting more of his speech all of the time. So that's some of the activities that you can
He
work
says it more when we clap our hands and really overly praise him, and obviously more and more he's doing it because he wants to please as well, and he knows he's doing well.
He does, which is fantastic. So you've got really good basis for promoting lots of speech in a very short period of time. It's just very important that whenever you catch a moment where he can talk, you stop, you take a step back and you think, right, what do we need to do here to get him to talk? Don't give in to the points and the moans. Give him the language, help him. Make sure you don't set him up to fail, always set him up to succeed. So always help him by giving him that language that he needs to use and then giving him access to what he wants. Don't give him access to things because he's tantruming, because actually all you're then doing is teaching him that the way to communicate with me is to tantrum. You want to teach him the reverse. You want to teach him that if you talk to me and if you use your words, you get what you want. Because then all you're going to be doing is increasing his vocabulary that he has and increasing the amount of spontaneous speech that he uses on a daily basis. Does he know his colours, Sam?
Yeah.
Okay. Yellow car. Say yellow car. Good boy. Good talking. Blue car. Say blue car. Good boy. Good talking. Good try. Say red car. Good boy. Good try. Try again. Say red car. Car. Good boy. Say red car. Good boy. Good talking. Well done.
Nikki suggests getting Mickey to ask for things at every opportunity, using say before requests for speech, and encouraging him with social reinforcements like praise and tickles.
What do you want Mummy to do? You want Mummy to do the puzzle?
So prompt him to say puzzle.
Mickey, say puzzle. Puzzle.
Good boy. That's the best. That's a really good attempt. So if you start doing
Do you want Mummy to
puzzle
sit on the
with him,
floor and
Sam.
do your puzzle?
So he's already asked for puzzle. It's beautiful that he can say yes as well. I almost would not expect him to then respond with yes as well, because actually what you could do is you could get a tantrum when he's already told you really nicely that he wants you to do the puzzle. So just always think, although he's very capable, always think, what can we do straight away? How can we react very quickly to his language that he uses so that we don't create any frustration? So this is somewhere where you can work on the language with him, so you can get him to ask for every puzzle piece that he necessarily wants. So you can be in control of the puzzle pieces and you can be handing them to him and prompting him to say puzzle. And at the end of the puzzle, try and encourage him to say puzzle without you giving him the word puzzle.
Puzzle. Puzzle. Mickey, say puzzle. Where does that one go? Say puzzle.
Good boy. Make sure
Good boy.
Good talking. Make sure you always say to him, good talking, good boy, well done.
Which one's next? That one. Say puzzle.
Good boy.
Clever boy. You going to put that one in?
Well done, Sam.
Yes.
Now this time when you hold up the next piece, don't give him the word, just hold it and wait for him to hopefully say by himself, puzzle. Because this is us trying to get the spontaneous speech.
Right. What is it, Mickey?
Okay, don't even ask him. Good boy, good talking.
You're going to put that one there.
Don't even give him any language. You just want to hold it and almost zip your mouth and just wait for him to use his word. It's very hard. It's very, very hard. It's very unusual.
Good boy.
Good little clue there, Sam.
Chris.
There's every opportunity you can create for him to talk. So that was really good, obviously, to see how quickly he could pick up some new language with the word puzzle.
It was fabulous. And Melissa and I are so impressed. We've been watching in the wings. And we can't believe he said puzzle. Like, they did such good work with him. Vicky, how would you feel?
Good.
Yeah.
No, it was amazing to hear him actually try and get that pa, and then it just came towards the end.
He was so
And
right.
he was proud of himself.
It just goes to show what he's going to be able to do once we give him a little bit more. Well
Very
done, Nikki,
capable.
on that. Was absolutely fabulous. So what we're going to do now is we are so hungry, so we are going to have a break, and we're going to see you after the break where we're going to deal with behaviour and compliance issues, so some of Mickey's tantrums. So we'll see you after the break.
Now, something that a lot of families will experience is difficulty with compliance with their child.
What does that mean?
So compliance is making sure that he listens to you when you give him instructions,
Right.
that he calmly responds to anything you ask him to do, that when you say to him, come here, he comes, that when you say sit down, he sits, when you say stand up, he stands up. So all of those examples are having compliance with him. Now, that's obviously a big problem for some of our children because they don't understand what's being asked of them. And sometimes they do understand what's being asked of them, but they don't want to do it. They don't want to comply because maybe they know that what's going to follow is something they don't want to do, or maybe they're unsure of what's going to happen. And often with compliance, it's to appease us. It's to do something that we want the child to do, and they don't often get anything in response from doing that, from being compliant. So it's very important when we're working on compliance that we show Mickey that it's not only good to listen to us, but that there's something in it for him almost. So some of the things that you can work on is asking him to come. So when you said earlier to him, I heard you shout, Mickey, come here. He just didn't reply,
No.
didn't even come. Now, that could be because he was distracted, playing on his computer game and wasn't even listening to what you were saying. But also because maybe he doesn't know what come here means, or maybe he doesn't want to come at that particular moment in time. So when you're working on come here as a target for compliance, you need two people in the room, because the idea would be you would say, right, we're going to practice Mickey coming to me when I ask him. So you would stay seated there, and maybe your mum would stand over there behind Mickey, and you would say, come here, and then you would guide him by his shoulders. And when he gets to you, you'd fly him around the room, so that he learns, actually, when I come, there's something fun. Now, there's not always going to be something fun when he gets asked to come, but actually it's a good way to teach him that actually responding and listening to instructions are really important and actually beneficial to him as well as you. At the moment, he's getting a little bit frustrated, I think, that you're talking to me and spending time with me. And I know you've already received a couple of hits, so now he's moving on to see if he gets reaction from carefully nudging you with his feet, which could quickly turn into a kick. So just carefully put his feet to one side and just maybe keep your hand on his feet, therefore blocking what he's doing, and then come back. That's it. And again, you're doing really well not to give him eye contact and not to respond to him. I would almost just put it down and just wait. Because actually what he's doing is he's looking for your attention, your response. You can also move, so if you want to go and sit beside your mum, you can just move away from the situation so he then doesn't get attention from you for that behaviour. So now
Mummy's sitting next to Nana.
So now that was an annoying moan, so I would prompt him to say, Mum, in a nice voice. So just do that. Mickey, say, Mum. Good boy. Well done. And then Mum can come back. Mum can come and sit back next to him. And then what we'll do is we'll sit down and see what the reaction is to this. Good boy. Lovely sitting. So now he's doing the right thing. We want to give him attention. Right, okay, so move. Right. Say in your nice voice, say, Mum. Good boy. And then Mum will come and sit back down. Come back, Sam. Because he's going to keep following you otherwise. Come and sit with Mum here, Mickey. Okay, so don't look at him, just look away. Come and sit with Mum here, Mickey. Good job. Good boy. Well done. So just again, move his hand, don't give him that eye contact and just ignore. So it doesn't mean you have to ignore him. By ignoring a behaviour, you're not ignoring him, you're just ignoring the behaviour he's doing. So he's trying to get your attention, he's trying to get a reaction from you, because in the past that's what he's received. Just move his hand and you can move back again. So I would move back again, so that he doesn't get attention from you for doing that. Say, Mum!
Good for attention, game.
Say, Mum! Good boy, nice asking. And then Mum can come back and sit down. So he's now doing everything else, he's throwing in order to get your reaction. Oh, so we're careful, wait. Bear in mind he's now going to hit you. You need to just block this from happening. So you say, Mum! So I would move as well, just come away from him. So you say, Mum! Good! Come and sit back down, Sam. So you can reinforce that he's using nice words, okay? Okay. Just ignore. And actually what we'll do is we'll make you back. And if he goes to kick you, you just want to block it. Blocking meaning that you'll put your hand so that he can't hurt you like this. So you can prevent it from happening. And we'll just ignore him and we'll carry on talking about other things. Trying not to give him eye contact and too much attention, because otherwise you'll actually be reinforcing this behaviour. So you're teaching him that by doing this, he's not going to get your attention. By saying nicely, Mum, he can have your attention. And now he's nice and calm. Lovely, sitting. Okay, so just ignore again. So you need to try and catch him while he's being good. So he's probably going to make a beeline for you now. So just block him. Say, Mum. Good boy. Good try. Try again. Just look away. Don't look. So we're going to prompt him to say Mum, and as soon as he says Mum nicely and doesn't do that, then you go yes and get really animated in his face. And he says he's coming down, he's starting to calm, but he's still a bit frustrated. Nikki, say Mum. That's for now, before he hits. Too much, so you can just move away. So you want to catch him as soon as he says it, and you need to be really animated so before he kicks. Going to probably follow you, so come and sit back down. Lovely sitting, good boy. So just wait, see if I can go around this side and help him. Ready?
You sit with Mummy.
Say, Mum. So you don't want to give him attention until he says the right thing, because this isn't the right thing either.
No.
No, this isn't the way to get Mum's attention. So you can move so that actually he's not. Yeah, so I've moved. Don't model wrong behaviour either. Say, Mum. Good try. So don't look away.
It's really hard.
Yeah, it's
to
hard.
look at him.
It's hard. We can move away so that he's not. That's fine. Because otherwise he's going to continue.
So hard.
Ready? Say, Mum. I'll move away. Don't try not to look at him. Because even the looks are actually reinforcing his behaviour at the moment. Because he's got a lot of tension from doing this before, so we don't want to be looking. So we'll just keep working through. And this is what we call when we say working through. So he's avoiding me because I'm the one putting the demand on him at the moment, which is fine. So as soon as he says Mum, you want to come running over and be really animated and excited and say yes. Mummy! Mickey. Oh, good! 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 Well done. Now move away. And just ignore that. Turn around. Okay. It's hard. It's hard. Think you're doing the right thing. Don't give him any of those mum looks of not to do that, because actually that's still reinforcing it. Good boy! Good job! He's talking! So you can talk to him and engage
You're a good
in that.
boy. Say Mummy.
Boy.
So Mummy, sit back down. Mummy,
Good
go.
boy. So yeah, Mum can come and sit back down. Good boy. And what
You don't want me
he's
to.
quite upset. What we need to do is we just give him a little bit of help to calm him down. Ready? Let's get him on the way. Okay. So as soon as you see him going to hit you, you need to be putting your hand to block him.
No, it's-
So we're going to give him some squeezes to help him calm. Calm. So you can, that's it, just block him. And try and look away. I know it's hard, I know it's really hard to see him upset. What we'll do is we'll just ignore. Okay. And you know, I'm going to give him some squeezes because that will help him to feel a little bit calmer.
I can feel it's worked up.
Yeah.
It's
Try not,
shaking.
don't get upset. It's okay. Just he's going to get upset because he's got this reaction in the past from hitting and kicking. It's got him some attention. You don't want him to receive attention for that behaviour. So now that he's calmer, you can start to engage with him again. You can talk to him. Good boy. Hey! Good job. Say, Mum. Good boy, good try.
Sounded like woggle.
Good
Mummy.
try.
Mummy.
Well done. Mummy, that was.
Just the proper cuddle.
Nikki suggests not giving any attention for tantrums. Don't give in to pointing, wait for language, and don't model bad behaviour.
So Sam, we've obviously covered quite a lot today and there's a lot to take on board. So I think the most important thing for us to discuss now is actually some main targets that you as a family can put in place. And obviously we've already promoted a lot of new speech today, which is fantastic. And he already has some lovely sounds that he's making. So it's all about at every opportunity, making sure that he requests things. Setting up situations like we did with the puzzle where he can use his speech. So promote every second of the day speech. Every time you think he can say something or needs to say something, give him the language to say that. And then what you're aiming to do is making sure that you're reducing the support you give him so that he starts to speak independently. So just like we did with the puzzle, you no longer tell him to say puzzle, you just wait. Accepting approximations as well. So we've touched upon that, meaning that if the best he can come up with is deuce for juice, that's absolutely fine. That is what you will reinforce, meaning that is what will get given. And the other key point to take home from speech is make sure it's functional. Functional meaning that you don't teach him to say rabbit for no reason. That actually he says rabbit because he wants the cuddly toy of a rabbit. That he says juice because he actually wants the juice, not just because you're practicing speech. Now, practicing speech is an important part of many speech and language therapy programs and often is encompassed into an ABA program. But for what we're teaching Mickey and what our target is to make sure he uses his language functionally. So he only speaks when it's functional to the situation, when it's in context. Really important as well that whilst you're working on speech to have good eye contact. Now he has great eye contact, that's really, really lovely to see. Make sure you always request that of him. You always need eye contact because that will just maintain that great eye contact that he already has. And again, even when you're playing with the cars, if you go zoom, then you can look at him and see if he gives you good eye contact. You go, good looking. So actually you can continuously reinforce his eye contact without having to reinforce the speech and everything else that's happening as well. And then the last area that we looked at was compliance. So I'm going to give you maybe a list of compliance targets which will specify what we're going to get him to work on. So you may have to do it when you have a family member here to help you, to make sure that you have somebody showing him the right thing to do, and then you're the one that can be there to do all the tickles and the fun things at the end, because then hopefully his compliance will naturally improve in the absence of your family members as well to support him. So I think the best way for us to do this, so I'm going to set you these targets in writing, and if we have email correspondence and you contact me whenever you feel necessary.
Yeah, thank you.
And we can communicate how he's developing and what new targets that we then need to set.
Okay, this has been a very long day. Sam, first of all, how are you feeling? Because I've been in the background behind here listening in on this, and there's been a few times where I've had a few tears because that boy spoke really well. He did so well, didn't he?
Same puzzle, and he was just like looking well at Nikki and Yo for like a prize, not me, but it was just Yo. It was just like, oh my god, he just said something. And then when he had his outburst, I found that hard not to look at him and to move away and then keep coming back. I did find it hard, but I'm going to crack that.
But I've learned so much from just today as well, and it really reminded me actually of some of the things that I used to go through with Billy, and actually you've given me a few tips if he does kick off. In fact, any of my children kick off. But Nikki, you've been absolutely amazing, and I know that so many people watching today will be so grateful for some of the advice that you've given, because nobody knows how to deal with a tantrum. And I know that Sam feels maybe a little embarrassed that Mickey was kicking off like that, but trust me, there are so many people having tantrums, children that have tantrums like that, and worse.
Yeah, a lot worse.
And also, when we're having a little lunch break, Nikki was saying to me how bright Mickey is. He's a very, very bright child, and he looks like he's already in... How many weeks are we now into this? 8, 9 weeks?
Yeah, about 9 weeks.
9 weeks,
Yeah,
and we've got we've come on so much, I think, in the 9 weeks from the people that have come in already, but this behaviour part is going to be such a huge part. And we were talking about all sorts of other things like toilet training and all those kind of things. We will address those, but as Nikki says, the time has to be right. So we haven't sorted his bowels out yet. That's John's coming down in the next couple of weeks to do the next part with you. And while we're at it, really good news, everyone. You saw John filling out the form for Caldwell with Sam a few episodes ago. Well, we have the letter now. Sam has been awarded biomedical treatment funding from Caldwell Charity, so we're so grateful to Caldwell for that. Don't forget about this charity. They really are there to help you, so do apply for them if you need help with that. And we are now going to apply, and we don't know whether we can, but we are going to try and apply for some funding for Mickey to carry on having ABA therapy, because Nikki, it's really expensive. You see, this is the problem with these therapies in this, well, not just in this country, everywhere, is that unless you have a lot of money, you are going to have to get some funding or try and fight your local authority.
Absolutely.
But we'll show you how we'll tell you, we'll keep you informed on everything that we're doing here with Mickey and Sam, and really grateful to Sam's mum and sister who came and spent the whole day today so that they also could learn how they can help Mickey, and that's so important if you've got family involvement. I know there's a lot of people that don't, but there's also a lot of people that do, and so really grateful to both of you. Have you learnt a lot today as well?
Definitely.
So really grateful to everybody. We've got some targets. We'll keep everybody updated on how Sam is doing with the family on Mickey, with the targets that Nikki has set. And Nikki, I'm sure, will be back again. We're going to really plead with her to come back again and keep an eye on Mickey and everything that we're doing here. So from all of us, goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.